was in convoy with Keanu and Norman at the same time. We just
Oh, you gotta
traveling.
be kidding.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. We just
Oh, he's a
kinda,
great guy.
yeah, we just happened on each other. Just in intersection later, boom, we're just coasting.
Mm.
Coasting. Oh, hi, Craig.
That reminds me.
Hmm.
Mm.
Mhm.
I was driving on Boulevard Street, as I usually do,
Uh-huh.
and to my right at the stoplight,
Yeah, yeah.
Tom Cruise, baby. Tom freaking
No
Cruise. And look,
way.
I've talked to this guy about once or twice in my life, but
Mhm.
let me tell you,
Mm.
looking over and seeing Tom Cruise in his red Corvette, oof,
Wow.
cool moment. Real cool
Wow.
moment.
Wow, man.
You know, I waved at him,
Yeah.
nodded, he nodded back at me, and we drove our separate ways.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
That's
just
what I love about Hollywood, man.
there's just those times. It's like men, gods, Tom Cruise. He's just at the top. He's just
He's
the
at the
tippy
top of the
top. Top of the game, top of the world, top of the everything.
even only being 5'3", he's at the top of the world.
He trumps most men. Trumps a lot of men.
Trump's Trump.
Trump's Trump. Oh my goodness. Oh shit, Craig's here.
Craig.
Craig.
Well,
What's up, Craig?
welcome back, everyone. This is the next episode.
The next episode, the next Ryanless episode.
Another Ryanless episode. So,
You're still in our dreams, buddy.
so how have you been, Nick? Things good?
I've been good. How are
Driving
you?
the Boulevard.
Yeah, driving the boulevard, riding the coast.
Did you see a bit of movie news? Sam Raimi.
Is he directing Doctor Strange 2?
He's dead.
What?
He died.
You're pulling my leg.
Yeah.
No, you're shitting me.
No, I am.
I hate you. I hate you.
Yeah, Doctor Strange. I haven't seen the first one, actually.
It's not too bad. One of the slightly above average Marvel movies.
Mhm.
It's got a cool Inception style visual flair to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Marvel's Inception. There's some good sorcery, some great actors in it.
I'm just kind of excited because Sam Raimi hasn't directed anything for quite a while, hasn't he?
Not really. Last thing he did was the Ash vs. Evil Dead TV show.
Did he just direct a few episodes though, or was
He directed some episodes and he was the executive producer of it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, that ran for 3 seasons. It was abruptly canceled, but yeah, now he's back in the Marvel superhero game.
that'll be pretty exciting to see because I mean, his Spider-Man films, I always like him. I've always liked them.
Yeah, man.
I wanted to revisit them for a while, but I mean,
sure. Yeah, and it'd be interesting because now we have a director that's not only done a superhero movie, but he's actually done some action filmmaking, and he's got his own style. He's developed his own style, his own filmmaking style. Because Raimi, his whiplash camera work, his crazy edits, all these angles he gets, just the stuff you think of when you think Sam Raimi. He's bringing that to Marvel.
And it's great because he is such an interesting filmmaker, and it's cool to have someone like that join the MCU. Because I can't think of any directors that have made a film who have had like a really interesting filmography.
Yeah, it's mostly been a lot of newcomers or people that never tackled blockbusters before.
Right.
Occasionally you get someone like Jon Favreau or even
True.
James Gunn, Joss Whedon, even.
I guess Coogler as well. He did some.
Oh yeah, Ryan
Coogler
Coogler
and whatnot.
Yeah, he did Creed and so forth. Yeah, and Taika Waititi, he did a bang up job.
Oh yeah, true.
And the Russo brothers, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now to have a veteran director like Sam Raimi come on board, that'll be interesting. That'll be a pleasant experience.
That'll be nice. Yeah, I was thinking the other day, just because I mean that doesn't come out till next year. I don't know when that comes out, but that's not even like on the timeline. But
yeah,
thinking, like I was thinking about our end of the year best films of the year video.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, will there even be enough films to talk about.
That's right.
Because I know there's, like, a bunch on, like, Netflix and Amazon right now, and I'll have to
Yeah.
check some of those out, but, like, mainstream theater films, I'm like,
Yeah.
well, and I don't really feel like purchasing, you know, a straight to VOD,
Mhm.
viewing, so I'm just, like, really curious. It's so
Yeah.
strange, dude.
Yeah, I'm building like I call it my coronavirus movie kill count list.
Uh-huh.
I'm building that up on Letterboxd, just all the movies that are getting canceled because of coronavirus.
Oh,
And
nice.
the list is just piling up and makes me more sad
Yeah.
because yeah, we got just like Quiet Place 2, No Time to Die, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Top Gun Maverick.
Oh,
All
yeah.
they're all getting pushed back, and it's making me sad.
Yeah, a lot of people are really being cynical about this whole thing in terms of, like, the future of cinemas.
Oh, jeez.
I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, good, shut them down, like, we don't need them anymore," and that just depresses me, dude.
Yeah,
I also
depresses me and it kind of annoys me too. I think
it does. It's
they're
unnecessarily cynical, just
yeah, they're cynical and they're probably just saying that for attention and one because they're filthy
gotta put out
hipsters.
their hot take.
God, nobody cares
No,
unless you have something actual to say. Just shut up.
and then I pictured too, like, AMC closing their theaters and Netflix buying them up, and then there's, like, Netflix theaters,
Oh
and, like, I don't know if I was
shit.
dreaming when I was thinking this because it felt very vivid, but there
Well,
was,
it's
like, a cat like, a little lounge, like a texting lounge, and there was beds. This
see
this must have been a dream that I
see
had.
it's bad enough. Amazon is getting their name all over the freaking place.
What do you mean?
But well, like they got markets and bookstores, and you see Amazon vans down the road. There's
Oh,
drones
yeah,
that deliver packages. They're everywhere. They're getting in everything. And the
that's
thought
true.
of some giant corporation invading a movie theater chain, and I have to look at that brand on the outside of a building. That
Yeah, I mean, I would
kind
hope that
of
would never happen because that just seems so terrifying, but
yeah.
I wouldn't put it
That's
past them.
that's some Orwell I don't need in my life.
Just the Mickey Mouse ears on top of the AMC theater.
Uh, no, I
Chromey.
can't. I can't.
That's my oh, I'm gonna oops. Whoops.
What what happened?
Bumped my table.
Great.
Ever since Ryan's gone, this has been a very DIY channel.
Yeah,
No professional mixer.
you can see like wood boards falling out of the rafters,
Mhm.
cobwebs in the corners.
Ryan's gonna come back and be like, "What the hell happened? What the hell happened here?" I said, "No parties."
Oh my god.
So we. Um, but yeah, man, crazy world, crazy time.
Crazy crazy time. We're gonna get through it
Also,
though.
I don't know if you saw it, but on Como, they're looking for people to submit work,
Huh.
photographs, videos that relate to this,
Huh.
to use it for possible museum exhibit.
Wow.
Can you
Nice.
imagine that?
I cannot.
In 50 years, like, I remember COVID and the
That
quarantines.
that is strange to think
That's
about.
hella weird, dude. We're
Yeah.
living through.
The other day I was taking a picture of this kind of not a mural, this kind of street art on my sidewalk, and it was kind of an eye-opening thing. It was just you read it and it's just sort of like, wow, this is serious. This is in my neighborhood.
I mean, yeah, and just like driving on the freeways, you'll see uh,
Three
s-
quarters of the amount of cars you normally see.
that, and just like LED signs saying like, staying at home is saving lives, and you're
Yeah.
just like, this is the fucking apocalypse. Like,
Yeah. The
imagine showing
Walgreens.
that to someone in like 30 years ago and be like, hey, so this is America, and then 30 years
This is
from now,
America.
like, oh, all right, but you know, very
Uh,
cool.
uh, uh-huh. Yeah. Shoot. Don't give me ideas. I might want to go camera hunting or something.
Now's the time, buddy. This will probably be the only time in your life.
Mm,
Just saying.
yep.
But
Love.
anyways, yeah. Let's
Yeah.
talk about the film that we
We're
watched.
talking about a film here. This is Victor's choice now.
Big pick.
Vic
Uh,
pick.
The Long Goodbye from Robert Altman.
1973.
You want to give us a little in-depth synopsis?
Sure, why not? Movie revolves around a private detective named Philip Marlowe. He's visited by his good buddy, old pal. I forget his name already.
Lennox.
Lennox, his pal Lennox, tells him to drive him to the border so he can go to Tijuana. The next day, cops arrest him for suspicion that Lennox was murdered, that he murdered his wife, that Marlowe is somehow connected. So Marlowe goes around chasing leads, trying to find out the mystery of what happened to Lennox.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So, have you seen the Altman pictures?
I've only seen MASH, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Very, very funny satirical comedy about the Korean War that spawned an iconic television series.
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen the movie or the show, surprisingly.
Yeah, I see the show in bits and pieces, walking
Mhm.
through like the TV room. One of my parents are watching it.
Yeah.
It's a funny show. Alan Alda as Hawkeye Pierce, he's really funny.
I think you would like The Player. I'll have to let
Hmm,
you borrow that.
sweet.
Kind of another Hollywood uh, whodunit sort of thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah. And
yeah.
going off of that comment, it sounds like you've seen an Altman or two.
Yeah, just The Player, and I own Macabre Miss Miller,
Hmm.
along with Three Women. I've seen Images, so there's I've
Hmm.
seen a couple, and
Sure, yeah.
I like his work from what I've seen, and I can't wait to watch the other two.
Hmm.
He just seems like a very I don't know, very iconic, very great American filmmaker.
It
By the
sounds
looks of
like
it.
it. He's got the fame attached to him.
Hmm.
Yeah, and yeah, I like MASH, and this movie was pretty good.
Yeah. What did you think, Nick? What are your
Uh,
thoughts?
well, well, I thought it was kind of weird at times, but
Hmm.
overall, a very entertaining mystery film.
Weird, as in like what
Well,
tone wise? It was kind of.
I guess so. I think my chief complaint, I'll get this out of the way right now. I think the movie lacked focus at times
Hmm.
because Marlowe, our lead character Marlowe, is trying to find out what happened to this guy, and he's chasing all these leads, and it's taking him in so many different directions because of all the connections this Lennox had before he disappeared, and oftentimes Marlowe will be just hanging out. For instance, he hangs. Oh, spoilers right away. It's a mystery film. Uh, he's hanging out extensively with this one lady and her drunken husband, played by Sterling Hayden, and I don't know, it seems like it goes on forever. How much time he's spending with them? I figured
Yeah.
that well would have dried up at some point in the movie. You could have shaved maybe 5 or 10 minutes if it wasn't so important to the story.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like it could have moved along a little more, not hang on to certain characters and plot areas for so long.
That's fair. And
Yeah,
like, I mean, the comparisons to Inherent Vice are pretty obvious.
that's what I was thinking.
Uh,
I had this exact same feeling as Inherent Vice. The main character is constantly going on these different side quests as opposed to focusing on the main quest. That's I use a video game analogy for that one.
mhm.
Yeah, it's great. It's a Grand Theft Auto session where you're just strictly running people over on the sidewalk instead of finding out why Nico Bellic is in trouble.
Yeah. Did you, and kind of off topic, but did you like Inherent Vice the first time you saw it?
I did, yeah. I liked its weird style. I liked all the actors. I liked the '60s setting, and even the plot, which again, not wasn't very focused. It was good to uncover some rocks.
Yeah. Like, yeah, because I was thinking, I was watching, I'm like, wow, dude, like Philip Marlowe reminded me so much of Phoenix's character, just this kind of aimless wandering cat, essentially.
Yeah,
Uh,
he just
just,
mumbles and grumbles to himself,
but they,
smokes 50 cigarettes a day.
yeah, like literally every scene, but like they
Pretty
both have
much.
very cool, kind of stumbling quality to them.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed this character, Elliot Gould. Is that
Elliot
how you
Gould,
pronounce
yes.
it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really liked him too. He's fantastic. In most any movie he's in, he does a great job.
I don't think I've really seen him in I can't think of a movie I've seen him in, but
He was in Soderbergh's Ocean's 11 trilogy.
yeah, I haven't seen any of those, but,
Yeah,
you
okay,
know,
well,
I
he
as a first yeah, as a first that I know of, I'm
Yeah,
really
and
happy with his performance. It was quite
oh, yeah.
entertaining.
It was, yeah. He was really channeling Humphrey Bogart a lot, I
Oh,
noticed.
totally, I could see that.
Yeah, and I was watching this with my mother, and right when I said that, she it came out apparently. She basically said that this character was played by Humphrey Bogart in another movie because this is based on a book, and
Yeah.
this Philip Marlowe character shows up in a series of books. So it
Oh,
only makes sense.
I see.
But he has that Bogart quality. He's he's very much a wisecrack, a smartass, and
Mhm.
he kind of and yeah, he stumbles his way through, but I feel like it's mostly a facade he puts on. And when he really gets down to business, he gets on top of the game and no one else could touch him.
Yeah, that kind of wise ass, personality. You can see him kind of work his way through certain situations or, you know, prolong the inevitable in ways with the way he moves around dialogue and just the people
Yeah.
he's talking
And
with.
he never takes anyone's shit for too long. He stands his he hold he holds his ground. There's a phrase I was going to use. Yeah, he holds his ground and it does not buckle over in any way.
Right. Yeah. Hold on. Is my mic coming through? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, what did you think of this movie? Uh,
So I was quite enjoying it. I think this kind of like film noir, you know, I I kind of love this genre, this almost subgenre, I guess you could
yeah,
say.
neo noir of sorts.
Yeah. But it's kind of similar reasons why I love Inherent Vice and I guess even like Under the Silver Lake.
Mm-hmm.
And because all three have a main character who, you know, I guess maybe Under the Silver Lake less, but this I don't know. All are kind of aimless, and even the characters are a little aimless, and they're a little obsessive in a way.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was enjoying the plot, and while I didn't think the story itself was super interesting, I mean,
Yeah.
I liked, having Philip kind of, follow the bits of string and see where they go,
Uh-huh.
him, finding out who else is involved and how all these characters connect.
Yeah,
But I think like at the yeah,
when he's actually investigating, that's when I'm more hooked into the story.
right.
It's when he hangs around too much in one space that I start to wonder what's the point of this movie.
Yeah, like when he was hanging out with the Wades, it did feel a
Yes.
little kind of like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
I
and
kind of get what they're saying,
Sterling
but
Hayden's a great actor
uh-huh.
too. So thankfully, you can fall back on a great performance watching one.
Yeah,
I
and
feel at least because he's a classic actor. He's great. I haven't seen much of him, but everything I've seen him in, he's fantastic.
right. And so like, even though it has this very aimless quality and it's pretty breezy and an easy watch, I think it's like the characters and the surprisingly funny tone this has
Oh yeah.
because it's all just very weird and it doesn't really take itself too seriously, and that's something I really
Uh,
enjoyed. Like right off the bat, I mean, your introduction to Marlowe and his cat and
that
kind of
is a
sets
great
up that whole
moment.
thing right there. I loved watching that, and
Yeah,
it constantly yeah.
his women neighbors that do yoga topless a lot. That's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Shopping for cat food. Yeah, there's all these little touches that make him a more endearing character, and someone like Elliot Gould playing him, just yeah, it all came together. I guess overall, it all comes together into a character that has a good magnetism to him. You don't really care what he does, just if he's around, it's gonna be a little less boring.
Right, and the thing too, it's like the fact that this movie is quite low key because there isn't really like there are some moments where there's, violence involved or
Yeah,
tension, like with the
yeah.
that one guy, freaking what's his name?
Well, is he one of the bunch of cronies?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Like, there was that moment with him and his girl and the glass bottle,
Yeah,
and you're just
this
like, yeah,
this movie does have some great suspense going for it.
it does. But like at the same time, it's not like a big moment per se. It's just like
Mhm.
it's these really, if they are tense, it's all really contained.
Mhm.
And I think that if there were bigger moments and then a lot of downtime, like say hanging out the Wades or just, the way Altman captured this mundane stuff. I think if it was any less laid back as it is, I don't think it would the overall pacing and tone would work as well. But the fact that it kind of commits to this kind of lazy,
Yeah.
stumbling pacing and just overall structure, I think that really works, even if it isn't the most interesting way, I guess, to execute it.
Yeah. I do
Um,
like that is a good point. I do like the commitment to the direction it goes.
yeah, and that's what like really draws me to this is just the way that's handled. And I think this is one of those films that it will kind of like Inherent Vice, seeing it again down the road, knowing what you're getting yourself into and knowing what strings are going to be pulled.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
but yeah, it's kind of hard to like ignore the parallels between those two movies and not talk about the other. I don't know when Inherent Vice was written. I think that was written probably
Are we talking the script or the book?
the book.
Ah,
I don't know, probably. I don't know. I could look it up real quick
fucking I don't know.
because the this film, Long But Goodbye, was written in the 50s, right?
I guess I would reckon so, yeah.
Yeah. And Inherent Vice was written. Ooh, when was it written?
It was written.
Oh, 2009. Okay.
Oh. Well,
It's a lot newer than I thought.
that's kind of anticlimactic.
It was in the last decade. I kept it in the 50s or something, but
Well then,
anywho.
any hoozles.
Um,
Yeah, good suspenseful moments mixed in with these nice bits of black humor throughout. That they don't really clash with one another. I was kind of happy about that.
yeah,
Cause like I said, it commits to its style, and its style is this. We're kind of just gonna casually lean into the funny here and the tense there, and we might just go back and forth, just zigzag in and out, sort of thing.
yeah, man. I mean, shoot. And besides like the story itself, I was really happy to see Vilmos as the cinematographer.
Oh
Because what did
yeah,
we watch on this
we
channel?
we watched Blowout.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
Okay.
and Vilmos Zsigmond. He was he did Indiana Jones and Close Encounters. He's
Yeah,
got and a bunch of other credits to his name. This
for
guy's a
sure.
legendary cameraman.
And his work here, dude, I love it. I love it. I liked it. Did you like it?
I really did. You know what? Do you notice the camera never stopped moving in some way, shape, or form?
It was yeah, it was definitely usually always moving from what I can remember. Um,
Yeah, because even in the dialogue scenes, there's a very subtle dolly movement going on, cutting between everyone's close-ups and wides.
yeah.
There's always some little bit of kineticism. The camera never really stood still, and I was kind of into that a little bit. It's like, yeah, wow,
I was
yes,
too. I like to see energy behind the camera as much as I like stilted frames and really well composed
it is.
shots. And well, but this does though. This does have some good moments visually, and I
It
think my
does, yeah.
biggest like thing that I liked most were the zooms, of course.
Yeah.
There's just some moments where the camera would just zoom off in the
Mhm.
background to, like there's one example was when, Marlo goes to Mexico, and
Mhm.
he's walking, and then the camera just, like, zooms past him to these 2 dogs humping. It's
Oh,
just
yeah. That was
alright.
interesting. That was interesting.
But there's, like, little moments like that where the camera just kind of does its own thing, almost like
Yeah.
a voyeuristic
Uh-huh.
thing going on there, and, I dig that a lot.
It is, yeah. Yeah, editing's not too bad either.
Agreed, yeah.
Yeah, it was just that time when they really planned out these productions wisely. Their camera shots were well timed, their actors were blocked at the right moments, and the editor knew when to cut. Like, exactly cut.
Yeah,
So
good point.
you hardly see it that much nowadays because we got digital cameras, we can take as many takes as we want. We're a little more laid back on our sets. I can't speak for the Hollywood system, but just
Yeah, there's, definitely an accuracy that needed to be met,
mhm.
I would say.
Yeah, there's more of a discipline back then because you only had so much celluloid.
Yeah,
Sure.
um,
Yeah, and also you got John Williams composing the music.
that's right.
One of his more minimal scores I've
I was gonna say,
noticed.
I can't remember a single piece of music besides the Long Goodbye theme. I mean, I know there's probably some
Yeah,
sparse instrumentals, but it wasn't much.
yeah, and it was neat to hear him take on jazz for once,
Right.
because John Williams, of course. I never know. It's hard to picture him not doing this John Williams thing, but I liked it. I mean, it isn't the most standout score in his whole career, but
Yeah.
uh, he serves up some good jazz, and I liked that jazz,
If you
all
get to
that
see him
jazz.
if you get to watch the film Images, which is also on Prime, he does
Hmm.
the score for that. He does it with another guy, and, it's not jazzy or symphonic or anything, but it's got this really creepy string and bell,
I see.
score, very, like, eerie, and
Yeah.
it was really interesting to hear that because, like you said, you know him for Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and all that.
Yeah, and even before Star Wars, he was starting to develop that blockbuster style. He was doing movies like The Towering Inferno and The Poseidon Adventure, Earthquake, a lot of disaster movies, by the way.
Oh, was he?
And
Oh, okay.
yeah, but yeah, he was as movies were starting to gear more toward blockbuster territory. Uh, you could find John Williams in certain blockbuster movies he was in, kind of, or not kind of, like act developing that grand orchestra style he's known for.
Right.
And then Jaws and Star Wars and yada yada yada.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
So
obvious ones.
of course, Images was that when was that made?
Let's see. Images, I think that was also 70, like 71 or something.
Mm,
72, I think.
gotcha.
That one is a really tense, claustrophobic, yeah, 72, um,
Mm,
contained mystery horror.
ah,
That one's it's actually kinda spooky, and it's got a really stellar opening scene, um, because I really like the opening scene in this film. It just sets the tone so damn well, and,
yes,
oh, man. Same with The Player too. Another film of his with a great opening. It's like a 10-minute one take. Um,
cool.
anyways, off topic, but yeah, I
Yeah,
that was Images of 72. You'll have to watch that.
sure. I'll keep a lookout for it.
Groovy. This film was also
Crew,
released on my birthday in '73,
nice.
so
That's sick, dude.
that's good. It
Awesome.
it means literally nothing, but
It's kind of neat.
the same way with, Chung King. It was released in America on March 8th. I was like, "Oh, no wonder it's, like, my favorite film."
March
And
8th.
in 1996 as well, when I was born. It was released the day I was birthed out the womb. Isn't that something?
That is
It's like
pretty damn
it's
cool.
coded in my blood to
Yeah.
like Chung King.
Okay, Hollywood, I am speaking to you directly. If you want to pique Victor's interest, release on his birthday. Straight up.
right?
He will consider it.
I will consider it to be a favorite.
Mm.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, man. This, also, which was really random, was that Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Okay,
cameo.
yes, all right. So I was gonna get to that in a sec. So
Okay,
the
sorry.
cast is really good, and my mom pointed this out too. A lot of comedians have supporting roles in this movie. It was kind of
Really?
weird. Yeah, like, so you had the doctor who looks after Wade. He's
Yeah.
played by the head neo-Nazi from Blues Brothers, Henry Gibson.
Okay.
He's really funny, and there's a couple others that I don't know, but they're there as pointed out by my mother.
Right.
And then, but those don't even compare to freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger being a background heavy for one of the main bad guys.
That was the most random
Oh,
thing.
you just see this silhouette of a large, wide man come
Like,
into the room,
I was like,
and
"Is
then
that really
and then,
him?"
and then there he is, pumping iron himself. I
Oh, that was
lost my
interesting.
I lost my shit when I saw that.
Oh, he's even uncredited. He's not
He
even
is
credited.
uncredited. He is
Yeah.
really uncredited. But there's no way you could miss him. He's as big as a house.
I wonder, is this, like, the first film he's in? This is the second film he's ever been in.
What? Yeah, 'cause the first one being Hercules in New York, I think.
Mhm.
Wow. Yeah, he's still fucking muscle bound. He's got a mustache. He's wearing the same polo shirt from Predator, or a very similar looking one.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, he doesn't have any lines, unfortunately, but just the fact he's in the room at all
It just makes the scene. Like,
amazes
alright.
me.
Well, that whole scene too
Oh
cracked me
wow,
up.
that was
You have
just.
nothing to hide, then take off your clothes. "You want me
Uh,
to take off my clothes? I'll do it." And they just the entire room, I'm just like, "What the hell?"
yeah, I. What kind of what stuff did this movie take?
But see, it's like those, like, weird moments, you're like, "This shouldn't be in the film," but it's it is, and it's kinda funny,
It is
kinda
funny.
strange,
It's
but
it's its
oh
own little world it sets itself up for, and it's kind of amusing, even for someone like me who wish there was a bit more of a point in the end.
mhm.
But it's amusing.
Yeah, what did you think of, the end?
Well, I like the end. It was cool, and that's sort of just bang, wow, my gosh, I
Yeah.
like I like it like that. And but otherwise, yeah, the story was so like you said. So I guess it's only logical it ends this way. And but still, I was wowed just for the initial shock of it. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, because he doesn't really give off a an aggressive vibe really at all, Marlowe's character.
Hmm.
He's just kind of is playing along, and while everyone else is kind of
Was
antagonizing
that
him.
you?
What was that?
You cut out for a second. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Um, he
I can
doesn't
go.
seem like the type who would be violent or aggressive in any way,
Yeah.
and, it's just kind of everyone else who's antagonizing him. He's
Uh
kind of
huh.
just the cat. Everyone else is a dog,
Yeah.
and, for him to, do that at the end, I was like, I get the motivation, but I don't know, I liked the ending. I felt a little unsatisfied a tiny bit.
Kind of. Yeah. That's the first gun you see in the movie, and
It is. It really is.
yeah, you'd think the movie wouldn't go down a firearms route. Not that I have anything against guns, but if the story doesn't call for a gun, then maybe don't bring up a gun. But here we
Yeah,
go.
but I
A
do
gun. A
like
gun.
the fact that, like, he is pretty pissed off that he went through all that just for him to be like his friend to be like, "Yeah, man, that's what friends are for." Like,
Say,
"You use
saying
me?
saying it like that, yeah, it makes a ton of sense.
You're
So
a born loser." That line as the camera zooms in, you're just like, "Oh,
yeah,
fuck this guy." But
yeah,
I love how that friend is kinda just unapologetically like, "Yeah, dude, I used you, like, I had to do what I had to do. I had a dead wife."
uh huh.
It's like he's just so, like just so whatever about it.
I really like
And
it.
you could tell Marlo's just like, "Dude,
Yeah,
you've gotta be kidding me."
yeah. Now you done effed up, and out comes the gun. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
you'll
Actually,
never learn. You're a born loser.
speaking it out loud like that. Yeah, I do like the ending a lot. Actually,
Yeah, like, it is, though, one of those films where you kinda have to think about more or do watch it another time, and but,
yeah.
yeah, I hell, now the more I talk about this film and, like, the ending, I kind of, a bit more settled with it. I think I like it a bit
Oh
more.
yeah, it's the movie like this. The first viewing, it's a lot. It's a lot to process.
Yeah, especially when there's not, like, a lot to jump out at you in a way, like, if you find something you like in it, it's because maybe you're already a fan of those certain elements, like
Yeah, you like neo noirs, you like Robert Altman, you like an actor in the movie.
exactly.
Yeah,
So,
this is a restrained movie. Uh,
yeah, it's restrained, laid back, and,
even
doesn't
for
really yeah.
even for its time when there wasn't uh just going back to the blockbuster thing real quick. Even the time when there wasn't when blockbuster films were just getting off their feet,
Mhm.
and you had a lot of serious cinema going down, like really adult stories that take their time with slow pacing and building up plots and character dynamics and whatnot. Even
Yeah.
for even for this time, Long Goodbye is a bit more not abnormal, bit more. Gotta find the right word to describe it. A bit more, not inaccessible, but just less accessible, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at what the popular films in '73 on Letterboxd, and, like, yeah, it's
Yeah, just
interesting.
looking at my list. Yeah, you got what do you got here? You got Mean Streets, Live and Let Die, Badlands, The Exorcist, The Sting, Westworld, American Graffiti. Actually, that wasn't even that much popular, but still.
Mhm. But, yeah, like, it kinda fits, that very mature adult story that you've pointed out that many '70s films have.
Yeah,
Very kinda gritty, and I think God, dude, every time I look over movies that released in the '70s, I think that's, like, one of my favorite decades for film.
it is my favorite decade, straight up.
Yeah, I
Cause
I would be
to
pretty confident in saying that, to be
yeah,
honest.
it to me is the bridge between classic and modern Hollywood. I feel
Yeah, because you
because
still get blockbusters and you still get intense sci-fis, but you also get, Suspirias and, you
yeah,
know,
you get your
Eraserheads, shit like that. It's just
uh-huh.
it's yeah, like that bridge between 2 worlds.
Yeah, it's when modern Hollywood came into its own, I think.
I love it. Wish I
Yeah,
was there for it.
yeah, if only. So, any more to
Yeah,
talk about
I
here?
don't know if I have too much more to say for this one. I'm pretty happy with it. Even if,
Yeah, I'm not I'm not unhappy I watched it. It is an entertaining mystery movie. Kind a lot very offbeat style that is amusing at its best times, but leaves you leaves you wanting for it to get back on track at its worst points.
yeah, it's like, oh, it's kind of a tough one because
Mhm.
I do kind of agree with you, and it's hard to, like, know exactly what I want out of this film because
Yeah.
it kinda gives me what I want. Um, but I think, like, the difference with Inherent Vice's sort of aimless narrative, I don't know
Mhm.
what it is. I don't know if it's because it's a bit more, I don't know how to say it. I think just Inherent Vice is a bit more stylish and, comical, and, of course, you have Phoenix's performance. I don't know, it's interesting. I'm trying to think why I enjoy that one's weird, aimless plot compared to this one. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. I really can't put my finger on it.
It is interesting to think about.
But
I
yeah.
could. Well, no, I'm thinking about it too. I don't know, I guess it's just the either it's just because Long Goodbye is not as good of a movie as Inherent Vice, or just the difference in time, sort of thing. As a modern audience member.
Yeah, because that one does play out a bit more, what's the word? It's a I don't wanna say accessible, but the style is a bit more interesting, I guess.
Hmm.
A bit more weird and kinda zany,
Yeah.
and I do like how it's a bit more obvious, I guess. Where this one,
Hmm.
like, the tone in this is pretty grounded, even if it has its goofy moments. But I feel like Inherent
Yeah.
Vice is a little bit more comical and, sure, it's grounded, but the characters don't seem completely real, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that's the right word.
Yeah. More exaggerated, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, I would say.
Yeah, because I like using this comparison. Inherent Vice does remind me a lot of a Grand Theft Auto game. You have all these exaggerated personalities, this kind of eccentric world they inhabit, and the crazy goings ons that happens between them
Mhm.
that binds them together. Just you don't get to run over people on the sidewalks
Right.
and so forth.
Man, yeah. I don't why is it that LA, Hollywood is, like, one of the best film locations?
I don't know. I'm
Do you have a favorite film location? Like a I guess that might be a hard
oh,
question to answer,
it would
but
be kind of our question. I guess I kind of like any southwestern United States desert because
yeah.
I watched a lot of westerns when I was a kid, and I still watch plenty of westerns. Just when you make a western, you're guaranteed amazing locations and camera work and so forth.
See, that is one genre I am dry in.
Man, I gotta educate you.
To be honest, I think I've
How
this is
many
gonna sound
westerns
really
have you?
embarrassing.
How many westerns have you seen?
Dude, this is gonna be really embarrassing.
I
Okay,
imagine
can you
the. T-
count, Buster Scruggs?
yeah, sure.
Buster Scruggs and probably the, True Grit reboot, so the 2 Coen
The
brother
remake.
films? Yeah, yeah, the remake.
Not. What about Django Unchained and The Hateful Eight?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay.
Either way, one hand.
Yeah, it's really
All right, that might
Good
be.
Bad Ugly, freaking, Once Upon a Time in the West, I am
Oh, oh, yes, yes,
nothing.
yes. Do yourself a favor. Yes, yes.
I guess those are probably the 2 obvious ones to go for.
Sure, yeah. I can recommend you some shit. That might be the next episode. Let's do a western in the next episode.
I'd be down.
Heck yeah, I'll find something for you.
Sweet.
Cool.
What was I feel like I was on something with this film. What
Favorite
was it?
film location? You said Los
Oh, yeah.
Angeles.
I think LA is because while y it's just how do I say it? You have the sunny atmosphere, you have well, especially in the '70s and '60s,
Yes.
the type of, uh the culture at the time and,
Uh huh.
the love, peace,
Yeah,
West or Eastern, medicine and philosophy, and, uh, I love it,
it is. Yeah, it's
and
good.
it's just
Uh,
such an interesting time period, and then when you delve into the dark side of everything, 'cause there's always a dark part of LA, there's always the seedy
sure.
underbelly,
Oh yes.
and that's for me, such a fun thing to explore, like, I could just do an essay on the underbelly of LA and film. I
Oh
fucking
yeah.
love it.
I would listen to that. Yeah, LA is a cool looking place on camera, but I feel a little jaded, at least when I see another
Hmm,
LA set movie. Probably because I've watched a lot of movies that range very much in quality, and
yeah,
there's great movies shot in LA and there's bad movies shot in LA.
true.
Yeah, for every Heat or Nightcrawler, there's like 1,000 Sharknadoes.
Dude, that's true.
Mhm.
Holly like, anytime I watch a bad film, I'm like, "Dude, this is definitely shot in LA."
Yeah,
There's something to I don't know. LA people are freaking weird filmmakers there. They come up with the stupidest ideas.
Mhm.
But I
And
think about like some of our PNW filmmakers. I don't really see as many stupid films coming out of our
not
circles.
quite.
Granted, they don't have a budget to do something really dumb like B NATO and or Tsunami, whatever the hell it's called, and
Oh
Sharknado and
yeah.
shit like that. It's just
Yeah,
like,
it's zombie tidal wave.
is that one?
That
Is
is
that a
one,
real
yeah.
film?
It is from the same director as Sharknado.
Oh, I gotta see this.
I tried watching. I guess I gotta finish it or something.
Doesn't sound like it might be worth it.
Well, it's
Or is
if you've
it?
seen
Is it
if
decent?
you've seen Sharknado, then it's roughly the same quality.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ian Ziering is the lead actor again, and it's got the same amount of logic behind it.
Wait, are the zombies in the tidal wave?
Yeah, they rise out of the ocean, and there's a couple tidal waves. Last I remember, they just look like blue coral people.
Huh.
And they bleed blue. It was weird. They not the proper zombie. You when you think of it.
So every good long goodbye, you have a zombie tidal wave,
Pr-
Sharknado.
Pretty much. But yeah,
But
I see what you're saying. LA can look great under the right eye.
plus to the just the look of the film in general and the colors.
Yes.
I guess uh whatever his name is, Zygmunt.
Vilmos Zsigmond.
When he uh did this technique with the film called flashing.
Mm,
Um, let me get to the thing.
yeah.
Yeah, so he did this thing called. He said, cinematographer Vilmos tried to approximate human vision through the post-production technique of exposing the underdeveloped negative to additional pure light, a technique called flashing, which literally dampens blacks and softens intense colors until they become pastel hues.
Huh.
So I've never heard of that beforehand, and yeah, I mean, just the overall color range in this is just really pleasant.
Yeah.
Just a really pleasant looking film.
That's some groovy experimentation. It sounds like.
I know, right? That's what's so cool about. I mean, sure you can move curves and
Yeah, you
press buttons,
do that stuff on a computer now,
but to like
basically.
exactly, but to be able to manipulate the actual physical element of it, I love it.
Uh-huh. It's great.
I love those practical and camera things. Or I guess practical
Yes.
post production
Yeah.
techniques.
And
But
very analog methods.
and how creative they got too. I mean, I just think about all of the ways they would create special effects on film with, drawing on the film, and I'm just
Yeah,
thinking,
they layer
man,
on the other layers of film with the effects and combine those in editing.
it's incredible.
Yeah, like Ghostbusters, the proton beams, that's like several different laser effects stacked on top of each other.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty groovy.
Sweet. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I have too much more to say about this one,
Yeah,
unless
yeah, I'm kind of done here. I've said what I need to say.
okay. Should we go into the ratings?
Yeah, I think
What do you
I'm sitting at 3.5.
Okay.
Uh, could just be the first viewing thing, but the movie is slightly an acquired taste because it loses focus at times and its style takes a little getting used to. But otherwise, it's well acted, it's got a good visual look and a goodish story to follow the breadcrumb trail.
Yeah. Um, I would go with I think I would also go 3.5, but more close to a 4.
Mm,
Um, there is a lot I enjoy out of this film, and like I said before, that I really enjoyed its interesting tone. Even if it's a little aimless, it commits pretty well to
yeah.
what it's going for, and characters are interesting. And Elliot Gould, he's a very likable
Mhm.
performer, and he really
Yes.
makes this shine.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I
I wonder what Ryan would think of the opening scene.
I wonder when once I want to know what he thinks about the entire movie. I hope he watches this.
But specifically that cat business.
Relatable.
Yeah, relatable.
But yeah, man. So I think that's all I got.
Yeah, me
Another
too.
bets
This
and
is a good pick. This is an interesting pick.
not a bad pick. Not a bad pick.
Mm-hmm.
So well, I guess I'll talk to you again, Nick. And
Yeah, and we'll see you all in the next video,
yes,
recording,
next
podcast,
recording.
whatever the freaking medium is.
Bazoingo. See you guys.
Mhm.
Oops, I hit the wrong
Did you
button.
leave the fucking call?
Oh, this is embarrassing, dude. I'm literally cringing myself.
Oh
Okay,
my god, that was
now
amazing.
now
Okay,
goodbye, everyone.
goodbye, everybody.